Nice tote of carrots here. So we've had these available for every week for a year and a half, I think. Might be a little longer actually. I should probably clickbait that carrot stuff, but I'll let the real YouTubers do that. The trick to having carrots available every week all year is really just planting them, and then knowing what the carrot needs ideally for its ideal life, and then trying to give it that microclimate, you know, like more shade and protection in the summer, and then warmth in the winter, and then in the springtime it's really easy to grow carrots. They pretty much don't need to do anything, and then in the fall you still treat it like summer really.
Check out this joy.
Dang, that's nice.
Yeah, so pretty.
Wow, that'd make some nice kimchi too.
Yeah, it would. Oh. These carrots look good.
Yeah.
For a bonus plot that we didn't really like.
Yeah, these were grown in the extra area that we just tilled and planted buckwheat, mowed the buckwheat, tilled the buckwheat, seeded these.
Yeah. The beets didn't survive, but carrots obviously
did. Yeah, they're so cold hardy.
Yeah.
Janie's harvesting garlic scapes. So the garlic scapes are the flower of the plant, and when you cut them after they curl, like this one hasn't curled yet, that takes the energy away from the flower and puts it into the bulb. So that's what makes the bulb form. Janie's bunching them up because we sell them in bunches because they're really good to cook with. Here's a curled one. Chefs like them, people like them, we like them. You get like the garlic flavor. It's really good to cook with butter and some animal fat too. Oh, thunder. Okay, so, well, we had that storm. It was a pretty good storm, and we were able to just go into the basement and start seeds while it was storming. So this was fennel, and that over there was fennel as well. And we just switched it into pak choi and tat soy. So last week I was talking about and showing the carrot germinating technique. You see how well that works for germinating, and we don't have overhead irrigation in here, so that extra time hand watering makes a huge difference. I don't think much really compares to a spring rain for plant growth. It's like you can almost watch everything grow. Just insane to see how vibrant everything is. Yeah, it's cool. Water, it's awesome. Everything's looking good. Okay guys, quick farm tour here. Show you an update on everything. I just made this for a TikTok video, so if you are on TikTok, check it out. Honey Tree Farm NC. Instagram's getting lame and full of a bunch of fake, over-exaggerated stuff, so. Here's plot 10. Those are the carrots we seeded. Salad and kohlrabi. This tunnel is mostly squash. Got the tree plots here, but still need to clean out the brush. There's the garlic in plot 1. There's tunnel 1. Tunnel 2. We just seeded that in carrots, getting ready to flip this to fennel actually. And got some beets here, tomatoes on the end. Rest of plot 2, this is where the potatoes are potating, like haters hating. Plot 3, mostly greens. Tunnel 3, right next to tunnel 3. Tunnel 5 and plot 5. And then there's the real farmer. I'm just here trying to make videos. Tunnel 4 and plot 4. We've come to the conclusion that I'm really only good to run the BCS and lift heavy stuff anymore. Nursery tunnel. There's plot 9 by the woods. Tunnel 6. Here's plot 6 with all the onions. Hedgerow. And plot 7.
What's up?
I dropped the bomb that I'm only really good for running the BCS out here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You're in trouble, huh?
That, trying to make YouTube videos, lifting heavy stuff, hauling compost, shoveling.
All us girls passed you up on that.
I know. Well, guess I'm going back to tree work. Say what?
Said I guess I'll still keep you around because I kind of like you.
Oh. Alright. There's Doug the beekeeper back there, checking the bees. Alright guys, it's officially warm season grass season, so extra cultivating, weeds are really popping, and now's a really important time to stay ahead of the weeds, so a lot of cultivating today because we just had rain. Welcome to spring. I just want to show you guys this rake. So it's a regular spring rake, but I cut the ends off here so that this section is 18 inches. So the reason for that is after you cultivate on a day like today when it's still, like the ground's still wet and we could get a storm later, so you could cultivate everything and these warm season grasses will stay alive on top of the soil and root back in. So we rake the stuff out of the walkway. Real simple. This fits right in between the beds. You just lightly rake. And then bring it up past the weed mat. And into the grass. So you use this rake, the stirrupo, with the thing I made on the end of it. I have a video about how to make that super easy. It only costs $1. And the Haas wheel hoe. We use this for pretty much everything. Flipping, cultivating. The link for this is in the description. If you're gonna buy a garden tool this year, this is definitely one to look at. And they make different things for wheel hoes too. So while that's a cultivating tool now, it could also have plows on it that we'll use for the beets to put soil over the top of the beets. You can also turn that into a seeder. Yeah, check it out, it's pretty cool. But we gotta get back to work. Cucumbers?
Got me some cucumbers.
Nice. Cool.
Probably got like the same amount 2 days ago.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Alright guys, pruning with the trellis. So here's the twine, same thing as the cucumbers I showed last week with the small tomato clips. So this pinches the string and clips it around the plant. And so you can see this one grew pretty well as far as, ooh, we got little caterpillars on there. Tell you what, caterpillars have been insane. You can see the structure of the plant here. Leaf, 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 fruit structure, leaf, leaf, and then you have this guy, which is a sucker, and you want to take those out. So if you wanted to grow more, you could stick this in water, like on your kitchen windowsill, and it will grow out roots, and then you can plant this as another tomato plant. This method is for the indeterminate varieties, so tomatoes are going to have indeterminate or determinate. These are sun golds, these are indeterminate, so they'll grow all the way up, and then we'll actually unravel that string. We'll unravel that string and lay the plants down this way, and they'll keep growing, so they'll grow indeterminately. Yeah, I've got other videos on this too where I explained it more in detail, but we just come around and take the suckers off and twist it up the string, really. So I'll always wait till I'm done trellising till I take the top sucker off. Because if you bust the top out, which can happen, like the top of the plant, the sucker that's left on the top, so like here it would be this one. If you broke it right here, this would become the new top of the plant. And it will keep growing the same thing, keep pushing out suckers, and you just take them off. There's more to prune in these, but that will come like next week and the week after as the fruits form. But if you're really interested in seeing that now, you can check out the vlogs last year. That will explain it too.
So I'm trellising the cucumbers now. So pretty much the same thing as the tomatoes. You just gently kind of wrap that string around the plant so it's upright. And if you see any little tendrils, like here's some tendrils, you will just pinch those off.
And that sucker growth. The sucker growth here too, just like the tomatoes. We prune the suckers off to focus the energy into the fruit production. You just pinch that thing off. We can use those plastic clips too to hold these up on the string, but when you go to take the plants out, it's super annoying to have to take all of them off. So that's why we just wrap it. Because we can cut the base of the plant, let it fall, and then just pull the string out. So once these grow up and reach the top, the plant that comes up here will come over here and then go down the next one. All of them will be like that. Emma and Addie are painting a sign for Friday. How's the foot?
Fine. It hurt yesterday because it was my first time walking on it.
Yeah. We just finished wash and pack, and yeah, this needs to be organized, but there's a lot of stuff here. There it is, guys, the first turmeric sprouting. So if y'all remember, when we planted these, here's the top of the crown that we left at the soil level, and they grow up from down beneath on the sides. That's cool. Normally people sprout them inside or in a nursery and then plant them, but we just covered them with row cover. And like I said before, these are mother plants grown locally, so they're used to being treated that way. So one less step, just put them in the ground and wait. There's another one, deep and turmeric row. Onions are definitely one of my favorite crops to grow. They just look so cool. Well, today's gonna be another busy day because it's spring and we work outside. So better get started. Bed flipping, planting, some more harvesting, sugar snap peas, cucumbers. We got farm pickups later today. Tori's about to go do deliveries with her grandma, show her the honey hog. We gotta get the trellis up in here for the tomatoes. Just a fancy way of saying we just have to put a string over the hoops. Yesterday we had to, one of the things with the Farmer's Friend tunnels, if you guys use the T-post, is the end will eventually fill up with rain and then it bends this pole in, and then you'll get a bunch of wind like we do, and the end strings fly off and the plastic flaps around, and then more rain fills it up and then it gets bent over even more. And then so you have to go there and you gotta go and basically take the end kind of apart, undo it, untie the string, reset it, retighten all the string for the whole tunnel. then put it back to how it's supposed to be. We got our shipment late for the tunnels in plot 10, and what I had originally planned was to get the center purlin in here and just do open ends for the tomatoes and cucumbers and everything in these tunnels, these 4 tunnels that don't have end walls, and then build end walls later in the year. But since the shipment was delayed and we had to get the plants out because they were root bound, this is just what we got to deal with. So yeah, so then we'll be upgrading these in the fall to be more like plot 10 and the nursery tunnel, which is right here. Real busy Friday, guys. Sorry I didn't really record nearly as much as I'd like to record to show everything, but this bed is flipped and planted. It's kohlrabi with bunching onions interplanted. By the time the bunching onions are mature to harvest is the same time the kohlrabi will be, like the leaves will fully be out, like creating a real canopy. And this bed, which was a salanova, is planted into carrots. Same method as I did over here, which is in the last video. These potatoes are really potating now. Wasn't even able to finish up the trellising. That kind of stinks. Here comes employee of the month. Hey, buddy. Well, tomorrow's the market, so we're finishing up prep for that, and then we'll go to the markets tomorrow.
Face.
Look at getting down on a new toy.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you having fun, buddy? Alright, so if you guys have been following along, that's our new dog Luna that we got from the Humane Society. She came from a pretty rough spot, so she had heartworms and like a cut wound neck infection deal. So she's had some healing to do, but she's just now getting to the point where she gets to be herself and a dog and all that stuff, so it's cool. Ripping up toys, and she's been chasing chickens, so it's pretty good. But the markets went good yesterday, and we really appreciate all of our customers. And yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good week.